Minecraft movie. Yep. Time to talk about the Minecraft movie. Now look, I'm sure a lot of those other YouTubers are just gonna gawk at some bad quips and funny looking models and call it a day, but I think that the issues with this movie run a lot deeper than that. In fact, I didn't mind a lot of the humor or the way that this movie looked. What I did mind was the story, or the lack of a compelling story. The Minecraft movie opens on Steve being turned away as a child from the mines of which he yearns, to which it cuts away to Jack Black adult Steve working in an office. So at this point, the movie was actually giving me some hope. We're gonna get to know Steve before he goes into this magical world? Cool, gives us time to see who he is as a character. Oh, he just gets one small rejection, decides the outside world hates creativity, and then goes into the magical world? Okay, that's alright, I guess. This opening sequence is accompanied by a pretty lazy voiceover, just kind of explaining what's going on. The writers of this movie must have fallen asleep on day one of screenwriting class and missed the whole show don't tell thing. So the information set up in the beginning sequence is that there's a Minecraft world, you get there by opening up a portal with this glowing MacGuffin, Steve really likes this one wolf, and there's a bunch of evil pig guys. For a film so focused on building things out of blocks, that's a shaky foundation. After the introduction, we are introduced to the four protagonists of the film. Unlike with Steve, the movie actually does spend a lot of time in the real world setting up the four other lead characters and who they are before they go into the Minecraft world. I think that was a good idea, as it gives us a chance to get to know them as people before they go on their journey. Something I take issue with in the real world section of the movie is how they present the real world itself. The real world is too cartoony, so it doesn't make the Minecraft world seem special by comparison. Everyone in the real world is so weird and over the top, and it sets up these concepts like the potato chip factory or Dawn having an alpaca in her car. While this would have worked in other stories, in a story like this that revolves around venturing into a strange alternate dimension, it would have been better to present the real world as mundane and boring so as to contrast with the much more vibrant Minecraft world. If we're already coming off a world where a lady keeps alpacas in her car and a 10-year-old can build a jetpack, a blocky-looking sheep isn't really gonna faze me. But let's talk about this Minecraft world. So, the movie decided to take the approach that when you go into the Minecraft world, stuff works like it does in the game. So, you know, like you punch a tree and it turns into a little block. You place the little block and it immediately becomes a big block. Smack a crafting table and make a sword. All that sort of stuff. What I think is so odd about these game mechanics being taken so literally in the Minecraft movie is that these game mechanics are not taken literally in the actual game of Minecraft. Think about it. In Minecraft, the game is not saying you are breaking this wood block into a block instantly. The act of breaking the wood block and putting it in your inventory is a representation of the real life action of, you know, chopping down a tree. But honestly, this might have been the only direction that the movie could have gone in. By having the Minecraft world work like Minecraft, well, we can actually distinguish it from the real world. This goes to show just how strange it is to adapt Minecraft to the screen. Other than the blocks and zombies and creepers and such, Minecraft is supposed to just represent Earth. Take away all the game mechanics and you're just lost in the wilderness and trying to survive. How can you make that a movie that kids like? Well, you kinda can't. So instead, the Minecraft movie portrays a world that simply uses Minecraft mechanics to tell its story. And honestly, that's not a bad idea for a movie. It might even be the best way to tell a story set within the Minecraft world. In a way, it's a story about escapism, which is something that people do when they play Minecraft. The characters in the movie escape to the literal Minecraft world while we escape to the digital Minecraft world. That is a solid story foundation, which was completely fumbled in execution. The Minecraft movie makes no attempt to engage with what the Minecraft world actually means to people beyond creativity is pretty cool, bro. And I mean, it's good to be creative. I'm glad the movie somewhat teaches that lesson, but it doesn't really get to the root of what creativity means to people. There's this notion that's brought up constantly throughout the movie that, oh, here in the Minecraft world, you can make anything you want. But like, that's not how Minecraft works at all. Minecraft is actually really strict in terms of what you can create and what you have to achieve within the game in order to create it. Sure, there's creative mode where you can basically do whatever you want, but it's clear that the movie is showing us an interpretation of the main survival mode in Minecraft, and there, yes, you can be creative, but you also have to do what's best to survive. You have to manage resources. You have to manage your time so you don't get stuck outside at night. You have to place things in a certain way in order to get certain outcomes. It's a game that rewards creativity, sure, but it rewards creativity within the limits of surviving in the world, which is honestly a much better lesson and much more realistic. It's too bad the film didn't engage with that idea further. It would have been a much more nuanced lesson. Yes, creativity is good, but you have to be creative within the limits of reality. And even the creativity they do show is pretty shallow. Like, Steve is supposed to be this super creative guy, but like, what What does he really make that's so special? A house made out of pink sheep block? That's the best example you could give? Have you seen the kinds of things people make in Minecraft? And also, Steve might be creative, but he was also alone. Why was he so happy when he first got to the Minecraft world if he was by himself? What's the point of being creative if you have no one to share it with? But also, on the subject of themes, Minecraft isn't just about creativity. It's about symbiosis with nature, and the film absolutely refused to engage with this at all. Like, sure, the villain pig people are gonna destroy the world looking for gold. We can maybe loosely tie that into an environmental message, but why should we care? The movie did no work in setting up why the Minecraft world is something worth preserving. Sure, there's some cute animals and bumblebees and guys with big noses who say, "Ha!" But why does this world matter? What makes it matter? And why should these characters, and by extension the audience, care what happens to it? The answer that I think the film's creators wanted us to give to that is because it's the Minecraft world. It's the world that you play your favorite game Minecraft in, and that's why you should care about it. But that's not how caring about something in a movie works. You can't set the stakes in your story based on something that exists outside of the story. You have to do the work in telling us why the Minecraft world is worth saving within this narrative. And you also need to tell us why the Minecraft world is a place you'd want to live in. Like, the question of whether or not someone would prefer to live in the Minecraft world is a big part of the movie, and you know what? I don't buy it. I don't think anyone would want to actually live in this Minecraft world. Yeah, maybe you'd want to live in the video game Minecraft world because you know, oh, like that's that fun game I play. But with no prior context, would you really want to suddenly get dropped in a world where there's no people except guys who say, "Ha"? The days last 24 minutes and whenever it's nighttime you get attacked by zombies? Honestly, I'd rather live in the real world and pay taxes. So let's talk about the villain. My goodness, she is lame. Her design, boring. Her motivation, uninteresting. Her voice, British. She has some backstory where she did like a talent show and failed and was like, well, creativity is dumb, so now I'm gonna make everyone mine gold instead. So she's supposed to be this enemy of creativity. She's someone only interested in pursuing profit, represented by mining more gold. But like with most other things in the movie, we don't really engage with that much. She punishes like one minion for drawing a picture or something, but that's about it. The villain really only exists to send a bunch of pig guys for the protagonist to fight. It's such an obvious villain for the sake of there being conflict kind of thing, and I just felt like my time was being wasted every time these pigs were on screen. And like, the movie is so concerned with showing us combat and so concerned with having this big bad villain, but Minecraft isn't a game about combat or conquering villains. Like, take for example, the Mario movie. Mario is a game where you go on an adventure and beat a bad guy. Oh, the movie had Mario go on an adventure and beat a bad guy. And look, the Mario movie wasn't perfect either. You can see my video on that if you'd like, but at least Mario gets to have a one-to-one adaptation. Minecraft is a game about survival and slowly building up your resources and skills. That's a great concept for a game that you can play for hundreds of hours. But for a 90-minute film, hard to translate that, so the film creators just didn't try. They decided to just put a generic villain and add in a bunch of combat scenes and call it a day. And you know what? I don't think they should get a pass for that just because it would have been harder to engage with the other aspects of Minecraft. The best scene in the movie, by far, is the first night when the four protagonists first arrive. What makes this scene so great is that it's actually a really accurate portrayal of a lot of players' first experience with nighttime when they played Minecraft. Having to chaotically navigate all the monsters while putting together whatever walls you can to keep out the zombies? Yeah, that's Minecraft all right. This first action sequence had no connection to the main villain, and that's a part of what made it good. It was just the characters reacting to this new world around them and adapting as best they can to the situation. If after this point the movie, instead of getting derailed by pig nonsense, went on to revolve around the actual human characters trying to survive and work together in the Minecraft world, giving them all different goals and motivations that are at odds with one another, culminating in them needing to make compromises regarding those goals in order to reach a common understanding, then you've got yourself a solid story within the Minecraft universe. You think that's too complicated for a kids movie? Might I refer you to a little project called Toy Story. While it does have a villain, its primary conflict is centered around a deeper narrative between its characters, while using the unique rules of its world to enhance that conflict. Now, you might be saying, well, that's Toy Story. Not every kid's movie can be as good as Toy Story. To that I say, why not? So all in all, the Minecraft movie was just another shallow kids movie with a thin veneer of a lesson filled with mildly funny quips and semi-entertaining action sequences. It's a dumb fun movie for kids, and a lot of people are going to defend it as such, and I think you're wrong to do so. Seriously, stop being so tolerant of this kind of film. Movies like a Minecraft movie aren't just bad because of their poor storytelling elements. They are bad because movies like this are some of the earliest pieces of media that young people engage with, and they set the foundation for their values moving forward. Think about all of the kids who are gonna watch the Minecraft movie 20 times on car rides. If every kid's movie were like Toy Story, then every time a kid watches a movie, they are at the very least witnessing important lessons, a challenging of perspectives, and introspection about the world at large. And even if they don't fully grasp it at that young age, since it's foundational to their upbringing, when they get older, they're going to revisit those stories and fully understand them. The Minecraft movie's biggest crime is not the corny jokes, weird-looking models, or hairy creepers. Its biggest crime is that it has nothing to offer. There's no introspection, it doesn't deeply challenge perspectives, and it doesn't have too much commentary on the world at large beyond being creative is cool. Why is being creative cool? Why are there people out there that want to shut down creativity? What can we do to find a proper balance in an imperfect world? It doesn't engage with any of that. It's just a hollow experience. And I don't think movies, regardless of the target audience's age, should be hollow. I don't think we should act like this was inevitable. It seems that everyone threw their hands up and went, well, it's a Minecraft movie, of course it's gonna be like that. But why? Why does it have to be like that? It's not like Minecraft is an inherently shallow concept. There are elements to Minecraft that could create a meaningful story. So why did the creators of this movie refuse to engage with that? I just don't get why it has to be this way. And I hope one day we see a world where we just have a higher bar for what passes as a good story. Hey, you made it to the end. Oh, thanks so much for that. You know I love all my audience members equally, but for watching to the end, I love you a little more equally. And if you like this video, you should check out this other video right here. All this Minecraft talk has made me want to actually go play it. So wish me luck in finding some diamonds. See you next time.